All right.
Discipline versus motivation. Oh boy, it is time to get real. They say you need a reset. They say you're too old to start over. They say wellness comes with a price tag, but they are wrong. Hi there, I'm Julie, and this is Real Talk, where we are exposing some of the fake wellness claims out there and speaking to some amazing people in the community that are making change for themselves, for their families, maybe even for their communities or the world at large. Now, today I have a very special guest. Now, he's extra special because he has put so many amazing wellness experts in the other chair. So today, I will be introducing you to a guest that is making real changes. It's my privilege to introduce CMVergel. He's a health and wellness advocate, as well as a community builder, host of Tuesday Night at 7 podcast, which you can find on Instagram and a bunch of other places, I'm sure. He highlights people doing extraordinary work on themselves physically and emotionally. He values conversations about consistency, mindset, compassion, and inspires healthy lives with purpose across the generations. Welcome to the show today, Cris, and I'm super honored, and excited to be here with you today.
I don't know if you have time to keep going. That's like such an awesome introduction. I appreciate that, and it's an honor to do this with you. And I'm excited because for a change, I'm on the other side of the mic. Thank you, Julie.
Yes, absolutely. And I can definitely go on and on. I have barely touched the tip of the iceberg, but I'm hoping that Cris will enlighten us as we go along. Now, as you guys know, it is still the beginning of the year. We're still in January. And what that means is people are trying to maybe look at their resolutions and start anew. It's also a number one year, just for those of you out there that follow numerology. This January is big. So Cris and I are going to talk about discipline versus motivation, but I'm going to throw an extra one in there. And we're also going to talk about habits. Now, Cris has requested that we talk about maybe how people redefine themselves after loss, after career shifts, maybe as they're aging, in sobriety, different wake up calls, and how they can actually stick to this new plan. So, Cris, discipline versus motivation. Off the top of your head, which one makes more sense?
For me, it makes more sense for discipline because there are a lot of days, especially living in a winter city. I've always lived in a winter city when I lived in Canada, and the 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 discipline trumps motivation. You may not be motivated. You may not have the energy today to get up and do your workouts, or to just go through your day. If you're not disciplined enough, most likely you won't continue on with your day. But with discipline, it doesn't matter what life throws at you. Discipline
Mm,
will make you show up to
100%.
the day. So
So, Cris, what is the last thing that you would say you practiced discipline with?
I've had a lot of those lately, Julie. To be honest with you, this December I've been vocal about my struggles with my mental health in December. And I think most people do because you see a lot of people do like really great things in December. The social media plays a big part in it because you see them buying all the presents and everything that makes December such a huge month for everyone. But it doesn't give you the same effect. The huge month could have a negative effect on you or a positive effect. And I struggled. I struggled in December, and despite that, the very basic thing I do for myself is show up, especially on the training side, strength training side. Show up, and for the most part, I got out of the gym with a better mindset, better feeling, a happier feeling compared to coming in there in the first place.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing that, Cris. Honestly, Cris is a bodybuilder, and I expected him to talk about his last show. So thank you very much for that vulnerability. And that opens a whole different can of worms, so to speak. But it's so important for people to understand. Like December's a big month, no matter what. And it's all these expectations. But sometimes, as you mentioned, the expectations are you got to have the right gift wrapping, or, oh my goodness, I've lost an important family member, and now I have to get through this time that was a time I connected with them. So people are going through all kinds of different things in December. And thank you for sharing that.
Of course.
Now, we want to kind of look at the differences between discipline and motivation. And I wanted to throw habits in there for you. Now, I'd love you to give an example of possibly in your own life, and I'll give an example of mine, where people are like, that's incredible. You're so disciplined. For me, I get up every morning at 4 a.m. and I go to the gym every single day, 7 days a week, unless I am absolutely dying. Like 2 years ago, I got food poisoning. I did not go to the gym that morning. Um, but other than that, I go and people are like, you're so disciplined. I'm like, I'm not disciplined at all. If I didn't go to the gym, somebody would be in trouble and it wouldn't be me. So I I've moved past discipline when it comes to the gym. I use discipline in a bunch of other areas, but I've moved past discipline when it comes to the gym. It is lifestyle, it is habit at this point. So now going into your own life, it might be something different. It might be a similar thing. Where have you learned that discipline kind of left because you don't have to fight anymore? Now you're actually, it's just habit. You're just doing it and it's not maybe the average.
I can't pin. First of all, I want to congratulate you because that's amazing. 7 days a week is amazing, to be honest with you. And I'm not sure if you're doing strength training for 7 days, but I'm just in awe because I do 5 days, and to me that's a lot. 5 days. The other two, I just try to make sure that I get my 14,000 steps per day. So the 14,000 steps for me is my foundation, my basic. If I can't do anything else, I have to hit that mark for myself, right? I'm not sure. I can't pinpoint exactly when it became more like a part of my day over like discipline, but it has been for a while. Like that, if I miss a workout, there's a huge part of me that's incomplete that day. So it's not something that I try and miss. I could be sick and I still try and show up there because that's the basic thing I promised myself. So to answer your question, I can't really pinpoint when it became more like a part of my day, a routine part of my day over discipline and over like fighting that should I show up or should I not show up. So
Yeah. Can you talk yourself out of it today? Do you try and talk? And I couldn't tell you when that actual turning point was for me. It was a long, long time ago. But I love that no matter what, you have that standard. I love, as a coach, I love talking to people about putting standards into their lives as opposed to all the goals. It's like it's okay to have goals. There's nothing wrong with having goals, but you should also have standards in your life that are moving you towards your goals so that you don't have to just look at the goal all the time. It's like this is just who I am. I am the person that at the minimum does 14,000 steps a day. I think that's so important.
and just to add to it, I'm not sure if you're gonna ask this question. Coming up on Bell Let's Talk Day next week, I find it really important that I don't make, especially in my family, I don't make them feel bad for not doing any movement at all.
Mm.
I feel like on your pace, you will do it when you're up to it. And that's the same thing with social media. Try not to show up other people by saying, "Oh, look at what I did." You know what I mean? But everyone is going through some kind of mental, struggles on their own, and I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to try and motivate you and push you if I can.
Absolutely. Chris, I love, love, love that you brought that up, actually. Not only the Bell Let's Talk Day, but also I'm not here to judge. That is one of the things that I want people to understand that I love bringing other people to the masses when I possibly can. But I have a lot of friends and family. They don't do what I do. And I never ever tell people you have to be in the gym to be a healthy human. That's not true. Like it's only been the last probably, I used to say 20 years, but it's probably going on 40 now, that we even went to the gym. Before that, we had healthier lifestyles. We didn't eat as much preservatives and we didn't like that kind of thing. So we're kind of in a transition period, I feel, where we have to seek movement. But if that is not your like your journey, who am I to say at the end of your life whether you're going to be glad you went to the gym or wish you had watched more soap operas? It's not for me to judge, right? And I think we all need to take a step back and be a little have a little humility around that. Just because we do it does not make it correct. It makes it us.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah. So motivation. Let's talk about the difference between motivation and discipline, because I don't think a lot of people understand that. And the reason I don't think they understand that is I hear a lot of sentences like, "Oh, I just really didn't feel like going to that lunch today," or "I just really didn't feel like going," whatever it is. It just we can take a sidestep from working out, even though it's both of our passions. Um, Anything where it's going to move you further in the right direction according to your wants and needs, and you feel like you have to be motivated to do so, how could that be a problem, do you feel?
To me, motivation takes days off and discipline doesn't.
Mhm.
Those are the things that really come to mind when I think of those two. Sorry, I missed your question.
Just how can motivation be a slippery slope if you're leaning on motivation as opposed to actually being disciplined? Because I think people know what discipline means, but
Yeah,
I'm not sure that they understand the difference and the
I,
nuance between relying on motivation versus
I feel
discipline.
like with motivation, you need an external factor to push you out, to push you out of it, and it's
Ooh,
not always available. It's not always available. That's why making it a habit, so that when you miss a day, you feel that it's your day is not complete. Tomorrow, I don't wanna do that again because it doesn't give me a good feeling when I miss something I need to do. It's not just the gym. It could be anything. It could be anything in life. You know what I mean? Like if I miss, for example, only for example, a promise that I said to my son, it's like not good in my mind and in my heart. So that's I hope I was able to explain that well. But to me, motivation takes days off, and you need an external push to get you through something you need to do.
honestly, Chris, I think that was a mic drop. That motivation takes days off is a mic drop for people to go, oh, discipline does not take days off. Discipline means you move through that and figure out how to enjoy it, figure out how to utilize it um, for motivation, right? Like you can actually use discipline to go, oh, like that was awesome because I got through that and I didn't want to. Um, the anterior mid cingulate cortex. Have you heard of that?
Never
I'm
heard of
sure
it.
you've never heard of it. Okay, well I'm gonna give you a little snippet that you can use on your show, I guarantee. Um, so I first heard of it with Andrew Huberman, and it is the anterior mid cingulate cortex. It is a piece in our brain that when we do something that we should do, that we don't want to do, and we do it anyways, it actually grows. And it can actually help us have a healthier brain long term. And they've noticed that people that are athletes, especially,
Yeah.
have a much larger portion of that part of their brain. So it's really fascinating. And I always because I love brain health. I'm such a geek when it comes to taking care of the brain,
Yeah.
um, on a personal level as well as professional. So there's things that I just really don't want to do that I know I should do, whether it's for health or whether it's for business. And it's like, and that's the first thing I'm going to do today. It's kind of like eat the frog, but now I have like the actual visual of my brain growing when I do it. It's like, pff, now I got to do it. So yeah,
Yeah. Especially at our age, right? At our age, is
yeah,
like that's something I feel like that should be first and foremost that you're trying to keep healthy. I know somebody
yes.
in my life who's 85 years old and sharp. The mind's sharp, but the physical body is not. But
Mm.
that's something maybe I would like to be able to function a little bit more. But when I'm 85, I would like a sharp mind like that.
Yeah, absolutely. My mom turns 80 this year, and I think she's a little too sharp sometimes. You kind of want to get one over on your parents, even when you're in your 50s. You kind of want, and she nothing gets past her, nothing.
Uh,
So, um, I would love if you have something in your back pocket, because you are all about doing the work, discipline, actually getting down and dirty and not having that that hack. Although I'm a biohacker, I love the hack, but I don't believe in optimizing bad habits. I believe in having good habits first, then optimizing. So do you have a hack for maybe moving people from that emotional motivation scenario into discipline, other than, I swear, mic drop, that motivation takes days off? Do you have anything extra on top of that?
yes. Well, I'm gonna talk about it in a gym kind of way because I feel
Yeah.
like the movement part really helps a lot of people, whether you want to do it or not. Movement helps you. Anxiety, depression, movement helps you, right?
Hmm.
To me, just getting my bag ready for the next day, the night before, right? I'm filling up my water, even though I like fresh water. I'm filling up my water, putting in my bag, and getting everything ready and putting it by the door. There's no excuse. I'm gonna see that when I step out to drive my son to school. I'm gonna see that bag and I'm gonna pick that bag up. No matter what the following day looks like, that's my hack. That's something that I've really taught myself to do, and it helps. It helps me big time. That's
I
that's
love that.
that's one.
That is a great hack. Being ready is a great hack. I feel like if we were more organized, and that is organization, if we were more organized in our lives, we would just get so much more accomplished. And that's just a super simple thing that will set you up for not making an excuse the next morning. Now, how can people see more of you?
In the social media or
In all of the things, social media. I know that you're doing a lot of different things out there. You got a lot of stuff going on. So if you want to share a bit of that, of course, we have show notes and you guys can take a look underneath this video and you're going to have all the links. But what if they're working out and they're not writing stuff down and they're going to flip to the next podcast after? How can they get a hold of you? How can they learn more about you?
definitely I'm big on the social media. That's something I'm trying to build for myself. I'm trying to upload more in the YouTube world, in the YouTube universe, and most of them are in IG. Anybody can message me there, and I'm quick to respond. I promise you. I'll be able to respond if you have any questions, or if you have any struggles. I'll help you. Julie would be a good motivator to push you. But if you ever need a push, I can definitely do my magic, do some work. So my social media handle is at Kabayan Chris 2 and at Kabayan Chris. I know I have three IG accounts right now, and I'm not trying to explain, but there's a reason for them. I have at Tuesday night at 7, which features 3 minutes or less videos and clips of previous episodes of my podcast. Only because when I post the full video, Instagram actually tells me that Instagram will not be pushing this to new followers or non-followers. So it has to be 3 minutes or less. And I try to clip a 3 minute video of something good that Julie says or Monica says and post it there. And so far so good. That account, even though I don't have the followers yet, is getting at least a thousand views per video, which is huge if you're into social media. You know that 1,000 videos is not it's not a joke.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. Congratulations, because I know that one is quite new for you. So that's awesome. Well, I want to thank you so much, first of all, for being um, open and honest about your struggles in December. I think that that's really important, especially because, you're here. I met you because you do a podcast and you interviewed me and you're a bodybuilder and you're all these things that people go, "Oh, he's got this awesome ideal life." And I think it's good for us to be honest and that not every day and every moment is good and ideal, but having the tools to move through is really important. And
And that's the
thank you
thing.
for sharing.
No problem. And it's truly an honor to do this with you. I had so much fun. And as far as that's concerned, what you just said, it is very important that people don't think that what is on the social media is such a perfect life for anyone. It's not perfect. And I can tell you, like, some of the most perfect people out there on social media had the most problems in life. It could be anything. So it's not always perfect, and it's good to be normal in a way, to let people know that, you know what, I'm normal. I'm going to talk about mental health as often as I can because that's one of the things that I value a lot, especially on my podcast. I'm trying to get more people to talk about mental health because that's important.
I love that. So if you guys want to check out more from Cris, as I said in the show notes, there's going to be all the links so you can go and follow him, and please do follow him. And you said something about YouTube. You've got a YouTube channel as well. Do we have that?
Yes, yes, it's also at Combined Chris too. So
Awesome.
yeah,
All right, so we'll make sure that you guys have that as well. Please subscribe. As you know, anybody that's making content, if you subscribe or follow, it helps us immensely and it doesn't hurt you. So
yeah,
just saying.
absolutely, absolutely. Can I just say something about that too?
Absolutely.
Julie, myself, everybody that's posting content out there, it's it's not most it's fun, but it's also hard work for us. So even your like, your repost, your shares really helps us. So please support all the content creators that you're following, especially those that are putting good value out there.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. And thank you for being on Real Talk this week. Hopefully, you will agree to come on again. We'll figure out a different topic. I've got a bunch of them coming up, so I'll just kind of throw that at you and you see which ones you like. But that's it for Real Talk this week, and we've cleared out a little bit of the noise. So I would love you guys if this sounded like something like, hey, I've got something to say as well. I would love it if you reached out. I am always interested in interviewing, talking to people about the different health and wellness. Something that I would love to do in the future is talk to people from different countries and what health and wellness looks like in their country, as
Yes,
it's different.
it's different, definitely, and not all countries have the resources like we do.
That's right. So don't be shy. Go to juliebrooks.life and send me a message. Take a look at the website while you're there, of course. And I am so grateful to have spent this time with you. Thank you, Cris, and
Thank
thank you,
you. Thank
everyone
you.
else.
Can I get a selfie? Thank you.
Sorry.